What is a clipping mask? Okay, unlike the mask we've talked about before, a clipping mask is combining two different layers together where the layer behind it is actually going to mask out the layer in front of it. But I know that's totally confusing, so let me just give you a quick example so you can know what I'm talking about. All right, I just created a new layer. I'm going to create I'll just do a circle, black circle. Okay, here is my black circle. Now I'm going to create I'll just do a red circle. Okay, now on top of that, I'm going to draw a red circle. Now why didn't that draw a red circle? Because this is the fill. That's something they... Oh well. I was trying to look all cool. Okay. Let's change this to red. There we go. Red circle. Now, let's say for whatever reason, we only want for this red circle or red ellipse, sorry, it's not a circle, to only appear where this black circle is. Now, the way we would do it before is we would click Control, click on this ellipse, Control click, and then you could go up to this side, the layer here, and click on the alpha channel, and that would create a circle. And these are linked right now, so if you move this, it's going to move everything together. So let's unlink this, and now when you move it, it's inside. But this is really a cheat. This isn't the best way to do this, okay? So let's get rid of this alpha channel. Now, what's a better way to make this red ellipse only appear where this circle is? Well, if you put your hand between these two layers and click on Alt, you will get this little box. It's a square with a little arrow pointing down. That means that this will only be visible where the circle is. So the circle is basically going to be your, the shape of the circle is going to be your alpha channel. So let's click on that. Oop. And you'll see that this now has this little arrow, and it's, shifted over a little bit to the right. Now that is inside of the black circle. And you can do that again. Let's do another layer on top of that. I'm going to do a blue circle, or blue ellipse. Bluish. There we are. Okay, now this is just sitting on top, but if we click on this guy again, we'll get the same square and the little arrow. Click on that, and now they're both inside of that. Okay? And you can move them, you can change which one is on top of which one. You can, change the opacity or the transparency. So why do you really need this? Well, you can use this in a lot of different ways, and I'm constantly finding out different ways to do this. Let me delete all this. And let me give you an example of what I do. For example, if I'm doing a web design, I will oftentimes have a slideshow. And so I'm just going to draw a red, well, let's do a black box. I'm going to do a black box that goes all the way across. And let's say this is our slideshow in the web design. Okay? And let's say I want a picture here. Now I can, let's go ahead and open, and we'll do some random picture here. Here we go. Okay, let's drag her up into, when you drag it up to the tab up here, then you drag her down, and she's now in this new picture. Okay, so let's hit Control T, make that smaller so she fits here. Okay, now if I only want her to appear where that slideshow is going to be, I can just click on this guy again, and she will only appear where this black box is. Okay, if I move the black box around, she'll appear there. So, you might notice that that looks very similar to the parallax stuff that you do in web design. Now you do that with, different things. You don't really do that in Photoshop. But, then we can have, we can design our website and then kind of move her around, and she'll always appear in that area. If we need to move down the box a little bit and design on the top, we can move that down a little bit. So you can see how that really is kind of a fun way to, mask things out. Another thing that I'll note on this is that any effect that you add to this back layer will affect the layers that are inside of it. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, you want to add a little box over here to the right. And you want to use that for text or something. Right now that's floating on top of everything. But if you add that, put that in the same layer mask, click on the middle guy. Now this will just appear inside. And then you can add text over there. You can move this around a little bit. You can change the opacity here. And so anyway, that's just kind of a introduction to layer masks. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it, but I didn't have it on here before, and I wanted to make sure you guys knew what that was. All right, that's it for now.